quiet. This loadout is top secret. Well, actually it is not, and probably all of the creators out there already made a video about it. But this is my personal take on my variant of the BowSin. I want to call it the Lone Wolf, since I used to play it with one of my favorite hunters, the Lonely Howl. As you can see on the screen, it is a pretty costly loadout. I will talk about alternatives and cheap versions in the end of this video. This Lone Wolf loadout consists of a bow with half poison arrows and half normal arrows in combination with a pretty expensive BowSin Obres drum. For the tools, I like to choose the knuckle knife, just because I'm very used to it and I don't want to lose the blunt piercing versatility if I should have to switch guns in the match. A medkit is a no-brainer, as Psycho Ghost uses to say, some blank fire decoys and decoy fuses, to which Delaney introduced me in one of his videos. Except for the BowSin, the most expensive part would be the consumables I chose. Vit shot, poison shot, ammo box and wreck shot. Only the big versions, of course. This loadout costs $842 hunt dollars and $200 for the legendary hunter if you want to have the same immersive, lore-ish feeling that I prefer. But enough of the chit-chat, let's get into the gameplay for some showcases. And don't forget to watch the end of the video for some theory talks in terms of alternatives and why I prefer the expensive version. Okay, to be very honest, for the whole fight I was totally sure that the cane was not alone, but was having a mate that was neckering him all the time. Otherwise, I probably would have just camped his corpse, like he did with mine for the rest of the round. I was just plain stupid. Anyway, let's get to the theory stuff. I prepared a cheap wolf version here for around $300 hunt dollars as an example, but let's talk about some details. For the bow, of course, you could bring any arrows you like. I personally prefer the poisoned ones, not only for PvE, but also to cause some extra pain to enemy hunters. But bringing only regular arrows or even frag and concertina ones could be an interesting playstyle as well. I would still at least take one slot of regular ones. For the expensive Obris drum, stepping down to the regular Obris could save you some bucks, and taking the Obris mace could be very interesting as well, since you could basically free up a complete tool slot. Hellhounds, armoreds, take the bow. Immolators, assassin, use the mace. And if you really want to save some money, just take a medium Winfield instead of the BowSin. You would save around $300 depending on whether you choose high velocity rounds or not. But to be honest, I think the Obris drum is worth the money. Long ammo, 133 damage, very effective at mid-range and even usable at smaller long range. And the 15 bullets mag allows you to stay in fight without trying to find cover to load 5 more rounds. Of course, you can also switch out the other tools for the poison, concertina trap combo or some chokes if you plan to go in with a team. But I really like the ability to throw some blank fire decoys over the roof to the other side of the house to make them fights extra spicy. And the decoys are perfect to get some rats out of the holes, right? Regarding the consumables, you might as well just go for the small shots and save a lot of money. Maybe even leave it all empty and trust your luck with lunchboxes. But as you have seen in the prison clip, an antidote can help save your poo producer big time. And the rack shot is just a lifesaver on another level. When it comes to perks, you can play this loadout easily with any of these. I usually love to have the doctor and the physicist. And when I run a bow, 100 hands would be my next pick. Also Lightfoot or Whispersmith are very helpful. One special mention here. Combined with Quartermaster, you could just run the bow with any gun in the game. Maybe just upgrade the BowSin Obris to a BowSin Bayonet for some melee fun. As you see, there is no right or wrong. Just try this loadout and adjust it to your liking. I hope you enjoyed my first loadout guide. If you did, a like and maybe a sub would help me out big time. Take care and always there. Bye bye.